Hi everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to the Luton Town Let's Play Part 1. FM24 is out, as you've probably gathered. I've been sitting here since 4 PM when it dropped, playing the save, getting us to the point where we're ready for episode 1 to be released. It's been 4 hours and we've made some signings, we've done some stuff, and I'm going to talk you through that now. And then once I've talked you through everything we've done so far, we'll then get on to the first 2 games of the season, which I think you'll agree are pretty tough ones, away to Brighton and at home to Aston Villa. So first of all, this screen here, Sports Interactive, please fix it, because it's driving me absolutely bonkers. If I come away from this screen now, the way I've got it set up, I guarantee you changes. So what we'll do is we'll go to a different screen in a minute. When we come back to it, check the screen, guarantee it's changed, and it is driving me mad. So if we look at our fixtures, I'll draw you straight away to our last 5 games of the season. Away to Manchester United, away to Fulham, at home to Arsenal, away to Liverpool, at home to Chelsea. I think it's safe to say if by the time we get to the Man United game, if we need points to stay up, we're probably getting relegated. Now, when we come to the club vision, and this is what really kind of surprised me, is for their 5-year plan, remain in the Premier Division. There's no battle bravely or avoid relegation, remain in the Premier Division. So it is definitely possible, if we're looking like getting relegated by Christmas, we will probably get the sack. You know, usually if it says battle bravely against relegation, you can kind of think, oh, okay, we can get sacked, go down to Championship, come straight back up again, and they're going to hopefully stick with us. They're not sticking with us. We've got to be competitive in the FA Cup and be competitive in the Carabao Cup. And then when you go to our fixtures and see who we've got in the Carabao Cup, second round, Wolves away. So depending on how Wolves are in this save compared to real life, again, that could be a problem. So let's go to our finances. We've got just over 3 million in the bank, 3.5 million in the bank. I've still got 20 million in the transfer budget, and I've still got, what, 270,000 in the wage budget, so I can still make some signings, which I do plan on doing, and hopefully they could be real key signings for us. If we go to the tactics screen, this is the team we're going to be starting with in the next game. So we've got Jack Walton in goal, Bubba Ruckman, who we've got in on loan from Chelsea, at left back, Reggie Cannon, free transfer, at right back, Alexander Diku and Jason Denea, and I do apologise now if I'm butchering any of these names, by the way. Our whole back 4 is completely new. I've basically just bought bought defenders. Then we've got Frank Onyeka in from Brentford, and Panzu as a box-to-box midfielder, and Luke Freeman as our deep line playmaker, Doughty as an inside forward on attack, Mendes Gomez as inside forward on support, which in actual fact, yeah, we will stick with him doing that. I had been having Ogbene, I'm not even going to try saying the first name, as our player out there, but then he got injured in pre-season, he hasn't played for a while, and we need to bring him back in. But to be fair, Carlos Mendes Gomez, who doesn't really look much of a player, he's 24 years old. According to this, he's not going to get any better on his current ability or his potential ability. He's actually impressed me, to be fair. He's looked pretty good. Now, one of the things you're probably going to be interested in and wanting to see is set pieces. I have done nothing with set pieces. I've literally let my my set piece coach suggest everything, and I've just said, yep, go for it. I'll take your expertise on the matter. And this is what we're going with. So we've got, if you come here to where it's corners, you've then got free kicks that you can go to, and you've got throw-ins defensive third, middle third, attacking third. Have a real play around with that. These can't be moved around like they used to be in the old game. And what I have noticed in pre-season at least is we are scoring a lot of goals from corners. Now, corners aim at the near post to your best or your biggest aerial threat has always been overpowered anyway. But I do think that with this new thing being introduced to the game, that might be something that gets nerfed when the full game gets released, because at the moment it is highly overpowered. So go to transfers and we look at our transfer history. So in terms of what's gone out, all of this is down to us. Shock horror, nobody really wants to buy any Luton Town players. So we've had to use intermediaries to get players out. What I will say now is if you use an intermediary, be prepared for them to be leaving the club for well below what their value is. So Matt Macy was a goalkeeper. We had 3 goalkeepers, don't need 3, so he's gone. Basically, I just wanted these players out of the club. Elliot Thorpe has gone on loan. John McAtee has gone on loan. There is an optional future fee of £235,000 on him. There's no optional fee for Elliot Thorpe. And Glenn Rea, we've recently just got rid of for 69,000. So 165 grand has come in. We've only spent 4.6 million on players. From Sam Anderson to Mads Anderson, none of those were our signings. They've already done. We are doing our world. So players that, say Albert Sambi Lakonga, for example, that came in as part of the real life transfer business, none of that has happened. We start only with those because they were signed before the season started. All other signings don't take place. We have to do it all ourselves. So like I say, we've got Bubba Ruckman in on loan from Chelsea. There's no there's a £1.3 million mandatory fee on him, so he will be staying with us for next season, but he's a good player. Frank Onyeka, a future fee, again mandatory, of £4.5 million. So between him and Ruckman, that's nearly £6 million from next season that will be going out. Reggie Cannon has come on a free transfer, and what I will say is if we look at his contract, he has a minimum fee release clause of £10.2 million. Obviously a relegation release clause of £5 million. If we do get anything for him, then that is just pure profit. He's in on a free transfer. Wonderful. Jason Denea in on a free transfer. We have had to give minimum fee release clauses to these players. His is 15 million, relegation release clause of 7.5 million. And then for our final signing, Alexander Diku, if you go to his contract details, a 20.5 minimum release clause. Again, it's clubs in the Champions League, and a £10 million relegation release clause. So we could be making quite a bit of money from these 3 players alone if we're still here. So in terms of staffing, when I came in, there was absolutely hardly any staff here. It was like tumbleweed going through the dressing rooms. We had virtually nobody. We've been recruiting, but I found it a lot more difficult to get staff on this edition of the game in terms of them accepting offers from other clubs and things like that. So we have still got adverts out there. We still want a fitness coach and a normal coach to hopefully boost this part of it up a little bit. And we've got an advert for recruitment analysts and scouts in order to try and get this up. So it's not great, but it's better, a darn sight better than it was when I got here. So if we go back to the tactics screen, we are, as well as this being our main formation, we are also training a 4-2-4. The 4-2-4 was actually more familiar with that at the beginning of the season than we was this tactic, but this is the one we are sticking with now. If we go to the dynamic screen, team cohesion is average. There's a little bit of red in there. The club atmosphere is average. It's going down. It was going up when I checked a couple of minutes before I went live. Managerial support, average. There's a bit of red on there. This will take time to improve, but we're pretty confident it's going to get there. If we then, so bearing in mind what I said about the home screen when we first started the episode, we'll then go back there now, and there you go, it's all changed. So this is driving me mad because I don't want to know what targets there are. I don't want to know team injuries. I'll have that from the medical centre. You know, I don't want to know squad statuses and whatever else. So please, Sports Interactive, Football Manager, please fix this for the release of the main game. So I think we should get into the first game of the episode. It is away to Brighton. We are playing a custom direct counter-attack. They do want us to play attacking football, which I can't bring myself to do with Luton because I think we're just going to get absolutely thumped. But if we do play the first however many games and we're just losing every single game, conceding for fun, this, that and the other, then I might just say, do you know what, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging. So this is the team that's going to take to the field against Brighton. Go for it again. Walton in goal, Ruckman and Cannon as the two wing-backs, Diku and Danaya in the middle, Onyeka as a ball-winning midfielder, and Panzu and Freeman in front of him, Doughty and Mendes Gomez out wide with Adebayo up top. So we're getting to here. We're not going to take that. We will listen to the opposition instructions. And then we will proceed into the match. And we need to give a squad number to Diku. So we're giving number 14 and submit them numbers. And here we go. First game of the season. It's always an exciting time for any club. I have got my Luton Town shirt that I ordered. I think it's the third kit. Their home kit is obviously the orange one. The away kit is white with, I think, a little bit of orange in it. My manager does have an orange tie. I'm loyal to Luton Town. And let's get into the episode. No pressure. Let's get on with it. We'll skip all of this and into the game. So before we go any further, yeah, we have got the Brighton formation up there. That's fine. I usually like to have league. I mean, I don't know what this is. This is all friendly scores. If you can give us the league table, that'd be awesome. I mean, at the moment, we're in 9th. Media predictions, we're going to get relegated, finishing 20th, 1,000 to 1 to win the league. So, uneventful first 10 minutes, which I'm quite happy with that. We haven't had any shots. Brighton have had one shot, but it wasn't on target. I mean, you look at their team compared to ours. I mean, they've still got Caicedo there. He's not gone to Chelsea. Welbeck's up top, Matoma, Solly March. So here we go. The first highlight is a Brighton highlight. It's with Dunk to Estupinian. Back to Dunk. Playing it through the midfield to Pascal Gross. Finds Caicedo. And Caicedo scores. First goal of the season. We're behind in the 27th minute. And yeah, I'm aware when I started this save that this could be a very long season and not particularly enjoyable for me. But usually that means if it's not enjoyable for me, it's usually quite enjoyable for you guys. So Brighton going close with another opportunity there. Gross with the corner, but nothing comes from it. I mean, if we can get in at half-time 1-0 down, we just need to try and do something in the second half because we are creating no chances at all. And that was a really disappointing half of football. I'm proud of everyone's efforts so far. Keep going and we can win this. No, I think my assistant manager, I want a much better display in the second half. There you go. We'll go with that one. It's not too aggressive or too harsh, but we do want a better performance. So there's Welbeck. Oh, is that a penalty? It is. VAR is going to tell us it's a penalty. But I mean, we don't need VAR because every foul in the box, when it goes to VAR, is a penalty. There you go. Oh, this is going to be 2-0. Who's taking it? Pascal Gross. And it's 2-0 to Brighton in the 4th minute of the second half. And We are staring down the barrel of a gun at the moment because this could get nasty, and we're going to need to make some substitutions because we are not playing well at all. So we'll wait for it to get to the hour mark, which it has. So we'll make our first changes of the game. I haven't actually checked, but I'm assuming you can still make 5 changes. I mean, you can in real life. So if we look at this, we'll take Reggie Cannon. Oh, no, we won't. We haven't actually got someone that can play on the right. That's a bit of a misstep from us. I think if we bring Lockyer on for Diku, and then we'll go for Ogbene in there. There'll be our first 2 substitutions. I never usually go mad and make 3, 4, 5 all at once because I just think it upsets team cohesion a little bit. So we'll now make another substitution. We'll bring on Colton Morris for Adebayo because he's not really doing anything. And need to make sure we've got a right-sided defender that can come on for Reggie Cannon because that's not looking good. So I think we'll take Denayer off for Mads Anderson. Just going to swap them 2 over. And then we'll do the next substitution in the 80th-ish minute. I mean, we have kept it to 2-0 so far. And we have had 3 shots on target as well, which is a lot better than I was expecting it to be, if I'm quite honest. So for a final substitution, I think we'll bring him on for Doughty. I mean, no one's really had a particularly good game. Reggie Cannon has had a terrible game in actual fact. I'm just hoping he don't slip into the 5s. But there you go. It's going to be the end of the game. Full-time whistle has now gone and we've lost 2-0 to Brighton. I mean, you know, in all reality, I don't think that's too much of a bad result. I mean, it's only 2-0. At least it weren't a hammering on our first game of the season. And yeah, we are already in the relegation zone, and I think we may well be staying in that relegation zone. Anderson makes it, I mean, look at all these people on debut. It is going to take a while for us to actually get some cohesion and whatever else going. But yeah, that was not the best of starts. So what I'll do now is I will skip ahead a few days until the next game, and I'll see you back here in a few days for the home game against Aston Villa. Okay, so here we go then. Game day 2, game week 2, however you want to call it. These are the fixtures that are going on. We're obviously at home to Aston Villa. So we'll click continue a couple more times. Tottenham have beaten West Ham 5-0, which maybe West Ham aren't the threat that we thought they would be. Click yes for the opposition instructions. And this is the team we're going with. There's been a couple of changes. So in terms of one of the changes, we've got Alan Campbell has come in because Luke Freeman has picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 5 days. So might be back for the next game, might not be, all depending. We've brought in Reece Burke in place of Mads Anderson. So we've got cover on the right side of defence. You can also do centre-back as well. So it's covering Anderson's position as well as the right wing-back role. And Luke Berry and Louis Watson. So I'm still getting used to some of the names. He's someone we have tried moving out, but there's just literally no interest in him at all. He's still on the loan list. And Corley Woodrow has come in place of Adebayo. Colton Morrison is still on the bench. So let's get on with the game. Home game. We're at Kenilworth Road. We want to use the atmosphere of the ground in our favour against what should be a very good Aston Villa team. So let's get on with the game and let's see if we can do something in this game. See if we can get a shot on target in the first half maybe. You know, would have been a lot better than what we've done in the previous game. So Aston Villa have had the first shot on goal and the second one. None of them are on target. They're lined up with a 4-2-4 formation with, that's interesting, they've got Beto up front. Obviously in real life Beto went to Everton. I presume that is the same Beto. So it's now with Digne to Tielemans, back to Digne. Tielemans with a shot, but Walton was able to make the save. Liverpool already 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. Darwin Núñez scoring for them. Long kick upfield. It's going to come back with Aston Villa. It's now with Ollie Watkins. He's going wide with it. Cuts it back to Tielemans, to Digne. Clearance from us. But you just feel with the way we've cleared it, it's just going to come straight back again. We need to try and clear the ball, but keeping possession as well. So McGinn in the midfield finds Watkins. He's found Douglas Luiz. Oh, it's an own goal. Oh no. Frank Onyeka, while trying to intercept it, has gone and put the ball in the back of his own net. That's not the best of ways to concede a goal. It really isn't. Let's give a shout of demand more, see if that does anything for the last 10 minutes maybe. I must say as well, I haven't noticed that there's a massive amount of... Oh, we've hit the crossbar. Oh, that was so close. So we did get a shot on target in the first half, to be fair. We've had as many shots on target as what Aston Villa have had, but unfortunately we scored the own goal, they didn't. Our XG is 0.03, so we probably didn't deserve to get a goal. 5 corners to their 3, 11 fouls to their 7. I mean, possession's only 34%, but given the tactic we're playing, we can't really expect anything different. 85% pass completion rate. I think for Luton Town it's actually probably pretty good. So we're not going to win if we don't shoot. I mean, it's pretty obvious, really. Let's see if we can get some more shots on target, or even shots on goal would be something. At least Cannon's not having as much of a mare in this game. Oh, that's a nightmare. Konsa's overhead back kick has resulted in McGinn putting the ball in the back of the net. Again, within the first 5 minutes of the second half. Jack Walton's not playing particularly well in goal. Neither's Frank Onyeka. Oh, this is going to be a long season. This is going to be a long one. So let's take Onyeka off. We bring Berry on, but swap him with Alan Campbell. And then I think we go with Colton Morris up front, because Kylie Woodrow's not really doing a great deal either. Confirm the changes and let's see. Again, we've had 2 shots on target, same as what they've had, but not much by way of highlights. But here is a highlight. It's with Dicku. Plays it to Berry. He's undersold his teammate there. And here comes McGinn, Aston Villa on the attack. Coutinho, 3-0 to Villa. And yeah. It's nice seeing the crowd bouncing around over there, by the way. We'll make our next set of substitutions. I mean, I'm tempted to take the goalkeeper off. I think I'm going to, actually. He's having a nightmare. Who else have we got? I mean, is anybody actually playing well? Jason Denayer can come off for Tom Lockyer. And he can come off for Bene. We'll give him some game time as he's coming back from injury. I mean, in this game, we've actually got 2 players that were scoring below a 6. That's how bad this has been. Might need to have a tactical rethink. I'd never played defensive tactics in this game. Doughty with the corner. Lockyer. It's back to Doughty. Can we even get a consolation? Oh, it's gone over the bar. So we're still looking for a first Premier League goal. It's a 3-0 defeat at the moment. Here's Berry. Oh, is it the crossbar? Oh, we scored! Reggie Cannon, our free transfer right back, is our first goal scorer in the Premier League. Well, I never thought I'd end up losing the game 3-1 and finish the game smiling. But we got a goal, ladies and gentlemen. We scored. Maybe that's the start of something. You never know. I don't know what I saw from this team. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. So we've got a away game against Chelsea next. in terms of when I will come back with you guys, I mean, it all depends on how bad the run goes. If we end up losing to Chelsea, Wolves, we've got Arsenal and Liverpool we're probably going to lose against as well. Not sure what we're going to do against Fulham. They're currently top of the Premier League, so maybe not doing... Oh, dear. I'm potentially looking at coming back. I want to play some games around here, but I just think that's quite a long gap in this series. So I might come back for something like Brentford, West Ham, and then we come back for something like Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest as episode 3. And then we'll probably come back somewhere around this time, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, not great from us. What have we got in here? Nothing of any excitement to go through in the inbox. So I think we'll say that's the end of episode 1, part 1. And it's not been the best of starts, but I'm going to remain hopeful. Once our cohesion gets better, we're going to do it. We're going to stay up. We're going to survive. Let me know in the comments if you think we're going to survive, or if you think we're going to be sacked by Christmas, or maybe even before then. Please leave a like on the video. It'd be massively appreciated. Drop a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already and you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Thanks very much for watching.